All right, we are live. Welcome, everybody, to my weekly Sunday live stream where I go live here on YouTube answering your questions. I want to take the time to thank everybody for being here. I really do appreciate it. And thank you so much for watching all of my recent videos. The views have just been going through the roof, and I've been getting all kinds of new subscribers. So thank you so much if you are brand new here and you're just joining me here for the very first time. Once again, this is my weekly Sunday live stream where I go live from Nashville here in my home studio every Sunday at 11:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Now, there are some times where I'm out on the road and I may have to change the time up just a little bit just because of my chaotic schedule. But I do go live normally on Sundays. But if I'm here in Nashville, it's every Sunday at 11:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. So I'm here. I'm so excited to be here, and I once again really appreciate everybody's support. It really means the world to me, and stay tuned. I've got a bunch more videos coming up here soon, and it looks like here we've got Davey in the house. Hey, Davey, how's it going? Thanks so much for being here, man. Appreciate it. It says here, yo, Justin, what's going on, man? Thanks so much for being here. Appreciate it. But yeah, once again, folks, this is my weekly Sunday live stream. So these live streams are all for you guys. So whatever questions that you guys have for me, I'm happy to answer them. This is just my donation of time to just give thanks to everybody out there that watch my videos. I just want to show my appreciation because it really does mean so much to me. And I just love being able to share my art and my opinions and my experience with you guys. It's just been so fun, and it's just amazing what this channel has turned into. This community is just full of just amazing, amazing people. And I've met a lot of you now actually in person. I've met a lot of people that have come out to shows. Maybe they've been visiting here in Nashville and I've run into you in public. But I've met a lot of people as well. And just the amount of love and the support that I've gotten from so many people from all over the world is just absolutely incredible. I'm just still blown away by this. So I really appreciate it. But once again, these live streams are all for you guys. So it's all about whatever questions that you guys have for me. And it's always interesting to me to see where where the conversation goes here on these live streams. You never really know what it's going to be. And I just really enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. And we normally have a lot of regulars that join up here on these live streams. So it's always a lot of fun. But anyways, I've been really busy lately here in Nashville. I've had a lot of in-town stuff this past week. And man, I've just been gigging like crazy. I've been teaching like crazy. I've been able to get out a couple videos as well that did incredibly well. So again, thank you so much for watching that. I really do appreciate it. But yeah, I've just been really busy here as a musician here in Nashville, which has just been great. I wasn't out on the road this week. I've just had a bunch of stuff here in town. Let's see here. We got a couple things here from Davey. Let's see. Davey says here, good, bro. Nice newer vintage head there. You digging it? I have the 20-watt combo. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah. I just got it. I'm still kind of experimenting with it. I've been kind of looking around for something that would be like a good modern reissue, like a good take on a vintage plexi. But I've honestly got to say, man, just my first impressions of it. I mean, I just plugged it up, and it's completely different than the 68 plexis that I used to have. I used to have a good collection of 68 Marshalls, the real deal. Like I had a 100-watt and I had 350 watts. One was two was a lead spec 50-watt, and then another one was a bass spec 50-watt Marshall. And I've got to say, man, honestly, just first impressions, man, I just have been checking it out here this morning, and it sounds completely different, honestly, than the ones that I had. So I don't know if I'm going to keep it. I'm going to kind of keep messing around with it and try it out some more, spend just a little bit more time with it. But right now, I'm not really too impressed, to be honest. So let's see. It says here, oh snap, Friedman. Yeah, that there is a Friedman there. Yeah, it's a Friedman. It's one of the new the 50-watt. It's like supposed to be an exact recreation of a 68 50-watt plexi. And I've honestly got to say, I mean, just first impressions, it definitely is different for sure. So I don't know if I'm gonna hang on to that or not. But like I was saying, I'm gonna try to keep messing with it and see how it goes. But I've got to say that diesel VH4, man, that is just such a great amplifier, man. It is so good. Um, it definitely looks intimidating because there's a bunch of knobs on it and there's all kinds of stuff going on with it. But honestly, it's very simple to use. It's very easy. It's just four channels, and each channel has a really different. It's very Marshall based for sure. That has EL34s as well, so it's definitely much more Marshally for sure. But it's just the first channel is a clean channel. The second channel is like a crunch. It's kind of like a JCM 800 with just a little bit more gain. And then of course the channel 3 is like what it's really known for. It's a really high gain kind of guitar tone, and it just sounds incredible, man. So I mean, it's very easy to use. So I know that there's a lot going on. It looks like on the chassis there, but honestly, it's very simple to use, and that is hands down my favorite multi-channel guitar amp ever. I mean, it is just so good, man. It sounds amazing. So it's really just a three-band EQ for each channel, and then there's a volume and a gain, and that's it. So again, very easy to use, and just sounds amazing. I mean, you could literally plug up like a HX Effects from line 6 and run MIDI to the diesel there and be able to channel change and get all of the effects off of an HX Effects, and that'd be an amazing setup. Amazing setup. I mean, you could literally do anything with that amp. I mean, you could play country music on the first channel. I mean, the clean is just amazing on it. The high gain stuff is amazing. You just cannot get a bad tone off of that amp. And they are insanely expensive. They're made in Germany, so they're really expensive here in the U.S. at least. But man, it is just one hell of an amplifier. I cannot say enough good things about it, man. I sold my old one, and I just have missed it ever since. And sometimes you have to kind of shuffle stuff around in order to get something else. And I had to pay off my 61 335, so that's why I sold my old diesel, and I had to just pay off the rest of what I owed on it. So decided to sell that, but I love that guitar. That worked out really well, and I ended up getting another one, as you can see there. So but yeah, there's that there. So I'm really happy with that. I still have my 63 Blonde Bassman. I've had several offers come in for my Marshalls, but I'm staying firm right now on the price. I'm just not really willing to come down just because they were just listed not too long ago. And I just love those amps so much. And to be honest, I've kind of been thinking lately, I'm like, maybe I should keep one, because they're just so good sounding, and even plugging up into this Friedman, it's like, man, it's so different sounding than the vintage Marshalls. It's just completely different. So I'm like, I don't know. Maybe I should hang on to at least one, but we'll see. Let's see. 1002 Northeast is in the house. Hey, man, how's it going? Thanks so much for being here. It says here, hey, Jay, I emailed you this week, but it was rejected. I used the same email as before that worked. Just thought you should know. That's really weird. I don't know why it was rejected. Are you sure that you have my email right? It's just jkm4231@gmail.com. It's linked down below as well. I mean, if you just copy and paste that exact email, that should work. I don't know why it would be rejected. That's very weird. That's the first that I'm hearing of this, actually. So that's concerning for sure. Maybe just try it again, and then just hit me up on here and let me know if you sent an email, and I'll definitely be on the lookout for it for sure. That's really weird, though. I don't know why it would be rejected. That's very strange, because that is definitely my email. So it's just linked right down below there. It's just jkm4231@gmail. So I don't know. That's weird. But anyways, yeah. So I mean, I've just been really busy here in Nashville. I've been working a lot as a guitar player and just been teaching like crazy, and I've had a bunch of gigs, and just been going great. So it's really been awesome. This has been an incredible month. It's hard to believe it's already February 23rd, man. This month has just flown by. It's crazy. So time flies though when you're having fun. So that's been going over well though with all the gigs and everything. So that's been cool. And I'm trying to think of what else. I mean, I'm currently writing my own original music. So I've been collaborating with Chris Keller, who is an amazing vocalist, and I wanted to take the time to actually ask you guys in today's live stream. We were kind of talking about some ideas and things of what we could do, and we were kind of thinking about maybe actually doing a live stream where we could actually perform for you guys. Maybe it could be like original music that we're currently working on, or we could do some covers, we could do some stuff just to perform for you guys. I thought it would be really cool to maybe do like once or twice a month or something like this. Of course, my weekly Sunday live streams are always going to be a thing where I'll just do this solo. But I think it would be cool to try to incorporate that here on YouTube. Like maybe we could do a live stream once a month or twice a month, like I was saying. And we could just go live and just perform for you guys and see what you guys think of the original music and just play some music for you guys. So let me know what you guys think of that. I would love to know down in the comments or even here in the chat box. Just let me know there. But yeah, we're currently working on some original music, and the plan is to go in the studio eventually and just start recording, man. And I would love to do a full-length record. That would be absolutely amazing. I would love to do like 12 songs, 10, 12 songs, something like this. So I'm really excited about it. I'm really excited to see what we end up coming up with. So stay tuned for all of that as well. I mean, we have a lot of future plans, like even taking this stuff out on the road and, playing gigs, but it's just really one step at a time, and all this stuff takes a lot of time, with writing the music and finding the perfect melody and, writing the perfect riff, it takes a while to, write all of this stuff. So, first things first, we just got to get some music out there. So we're currently working on that, and go and check out our cover, by the way, of Rock and Roll. We did a cover of Led Zeppelin's Rock and Roll, and we just wanted to announce and just share with you guys what we sound like. And we are currently working on original music, like I was saying. We don't have anything as of right now, but it is coming together. So stay tuned for all that. But yeah, that's pretty much what's been going on. It's been a lot. I've just been really busy here as a musician, and it's been going over great. So I'm really excited. I've got a bunch more lessons coming up this week, and just keep them busy. So, but I do want to take the time to mention here, folks, that I do offer one-on-one online consultations. You're actually seeing and hearing the exact setup that I use for these consultations. It's all shot on a 4K definition camera. It's all pro video and pro audio. And what's so cool with these lessons is that you'll actually get a recorded copy of the lesson itself at the very end. So you can just very simply download the video at the end of the lesson, and you can rewatch the video as many times as you want. So for more information on this, hit me up today at jkm4231@gmail.com. It's also linked down below in the description box. Take your guitar playing and your musicianship to the next level. Hit me up. Once again, my email is jkm4231@gmail.com. Now, while you're down there in the description box, I have several other links and several ways that you can support this channel. I'm a Sweetwater Music affiliate partner, so if you guys are looking to purchase any kind of gear, I just get a small little commission off of the sale. It doesn't cost you guys anything extra whatsoever. But be sure to check that out. Sweetwater is just an amazing music retailer, and the service is just incredible, and they have so much amazing gear there. I mean, if you can't find what you're looking for there, I just don't know what to say, man. I mean, they have everything. It is just amazing. So be sure to check that stuff out, and check out all the other links. I have a Venmo tip jar. I have a PayPal tip jar. So if you guys would like to support the channel in that way, any and all support is always really appreciated. And, once again, folks, these live streams are all for you guys. So any questions that you guys have for me, let me know. Feel free to leave it there in the chat box. I'd be happy to answer it. With these live streams, I don't make any kind of money off of this stuff, like at all. I just honestly donate my time just to show my appreciation to everybody out there. And, I just really appreciate everybody watching my videos so much. It just means so much to me. And I just want to show my appreciation for your time and, just show my support for your support for me. So, again, I just want to take the time to mention, thank you again for watching all of this stuff. My latest videos have been doing incredibly well. The last two videos combined, I did like 21,000 views or something like this. So, that was really great for my channel. So we have a bunch of new people that have joined up. Looks like we have kind of a smaller crowd here in today's live stream, but it is what it is. It's kind of surprising. I would have thought would have been a lot bigger, but oh well. But I don't know how long I'm going to go live here for today, folks. I mean, I guess it just depends on how much engagement that we have here. But once again, any questions that you guys have for me, I'd be happy to answer it. Just leave it there in the chat box there. And, that's that there. Trying to think of what else is going on. Not really too much else. I mean, I just have more gigs. I've been learning new tunes, and I've been writing a bunch as well, like I was just saying. So, that's been going over really well, and I'm just really excited to see what happens with all the original music. It's been a long time coming. Like, I've been a for-hire guitar player for almost 10 years now here in Nashville, and I love doing that stuff. It's a great way to make a living in the music business. At least I can make a living playing music and playing my instrument. But I've always wanted to do my own thing, and I've always wanted to release my own original music someday. And I just really feel like now is the time. It's really cool that I have these subscribers here on YouTube, and I have people that I can share my music with. And I just think it's a really good time. I found this amazing singer that, and for me, I'm so picky on the vocal. I'm so picky with the vocal. Like, it has to be right, and I know that there's a lot of singers out there, there's a lot of guys, but it just was never really the right fit until I met Chris. I really feel like with his vocal ability and my guitar playing, I think we can really write some amazing stuff. So let's see, we have a couple things here in the chat box here I could get to. Let's see, Ashu is in the house. Hey man, how's it going? Thanks so much for being here. Let's see, how to tune guitar. Like, can we do it with a Tuna app? Man, I mean, I would just use a Peterson Strobostomp tuner. Those are my favorite tuners. You just have to get used to the strobe. So it's like a spinning circle basically, right? And so you have to get the circle to stop. But something that I will suggest when you are going in to tune a guitar is always tune up to pitch. Never go sharp and then tune down to pitch. Always tune up to pitch. You never ever want to tune down because it will slip, and you just always want to tune up into pitch. So that's some advice there. But let's see, 1002 Northeast says here, my bad, I typed the wrong address. Okay, cool. So it is working for sure then. Okay. I'm happy to hear that, because that definitely was concerning me for sure at first there. I was like, oh no, like, because that's definitely my email, so I don't know why the hell it wouldn't be working. But let's see, on another note, any advice for purchasing a new Les Paul? Good question. Yeah, I mean, with Les Pauls, I try to, find one that's not too heavy, and just make sure that the nut is cut right, so just do the test, like I've mentioned here on the channel many times. You always want to tune the guitar up into pitch, get it in standard tuning, and then just take the string and just apply pressure behind the nut and see if the string is binding up. And if it is binding up, the pitch of the note is going to go way sharp. So that means that the string is getting caught up within the nut slot there. So if that's happening, you got to file it down and add some graphite. You normally maybe take like a pencil or something and just color in the actual nut slot there. And that should cure the the binding, that should be fine, and well, it actually will for sure cure the binding. But just make sure that every single string is not binding up, because if it is binding up, you're going to have a lot of tuning issues with the Les Paul. Like you hear a lot of people talk about, how Les Pauls don't stay in tune and this and that. And, it's like that's really the only reason why a Les Paul will not stay in tune is really because, the string is just getting caught up there. So it's so important to make sure that that nut slot is filed down right. So check that, and take a listen to it plugged up. Listen to it acoustically. If it sounds good acoustically, it's going to sound good plugged up. But even when it is plugged up, I try to find a Les Paul that's going to be like a fatter telly, basically. Um, you know, I'm really just, whenever I'm plugged up to a Les Paul, I just want it to be just a little bit fatter than a telly, not too much. And that's the thing with like a lot of the standards or the traditional Les Pauls. I just don't really like the way that they sound. Honestly, a lot of those Les Pauls, the reissue stuff. And I also find that the volume pot, it's not as reactive as like the R9. And the R9s are so expensive now. It is crazy stupid money what they're asking for now, with these Murphy Labs. But I honestly have to say that those custom bucker pickups sound absolutely amazing. They sound really, really good. They're very chirpy and just like a fatter telly, like I've been saying. That's really what those pickups to me sound like. So that's what I would really say, is really check out, how the guitar sounds acoustically, check the nut slots, and plug it up and see what you think. So for me, I really love an R9 though, I have to say. Like, I think that is the best Les Paul that is out there. Um, without buying something that's vintage that's going to cost, 200,000 or something like this. Um, so, I really feel that the R9, it's just an excellent guitar. It really, really is a great tool. So I absolutely love mine. I've been gigging mine a lot lately. This past week, I had several gigs here in town, and I literally just took my R9 and that's it. So, let's see. We have John Marshall in the house. Hey, John, how's it going? Thanks so much for being here. He says here, why did you sell all of your plexis? You don't really think that Friedman thing is going to replace them, do you? I think you're going to regret that decision. Man, yeah, you're definitely right, man. The Friedman, I mean, I just plugged it up a little bit this morning. I just kind of have some first impressions of it. It is completely different than my vintage plexis. And right now, they still have not sold. I've had multiple offers on this stuff, but I just listed this stuff, so I'm really firm on the price because I just love those amps so much. Um, but I'm honestly kind of thinking about maybe keeping one. I might keep maybe like a 50 watt, either the bass spec or the lead spec. I'm still kind of debating it right now, but I was kind of thinking like, well, maybe I could try it. I never really tried one of these before, the Friedman thing. The Friedman Plex is actually what it's called. But it's supposed to be an exact recreation of the real deal, but it's definitely not. It really sounds way different, and there's a lot of low end, and it's just really different for sure. But I'm gonna kind of try to mess with it and see what happens. I mean, I just was kind of looking for something that would be like a good modern take on a plexi that I could take out on the road. That would be 50 watts, where I could use it with my Bogner 112. I have a vintage 65 in this 112 Bogner cabinet that I really like a lot. It really sounds good. And I was kind of thinking, I was like, well, maybe if this Friedman is kind of close, maybe I could take that out on the road and use it with a 112 cabinet and stuff. But right now, I'm not really too happy with it at all. So I'm honestly almost just kind of thinking, like, maybe I'll just keep one and just sell off the other ones. But I love those amps so much, but it's just like, honestly, they have gone up so much in value that I'm just seeing the prices on this stuff, and I'm like, man, I mean, if I could get 15 grand, which I know I can, I've already had offers close to it already, But I just listed it, and that's just what it's going to take for me to sell it. So that's just where I'm at on it. But it's like, man, if I can get 15 grand for that amp, I'm going to do it. That just makes sense to me. So, that's a lot of dough. And it's like, man, I could put it into a house or something. I mean, I could put it into, all kinds of stuff. So that's just kind of what I just decided to do. And it's also like the other thing is with having all of these tube amps, I love having a lot of amps and stuff, but it's just a lot of upkeep, it's a lot of maintenance, like even with new stuff too, it's a lot of maintenance. So, but I think you are right. I'm sure I will regret it for sure. I mean, I love those vintage plexis, and it's taken me years, man, to be able to find this stuff. I mean, they're just so rare. They're just impossible to find. So, I've honestly got to say though that the Friedman thing, as of right now, I'm probably just going to return it because it is totally different. So, let's see. Scott's in the house. Hey, Scott, how's it going? Thanks so much for being here. Says here, I fret every note when evaluating a guitar and play it unplugged to hear how the frets do. Yeah, definitely. That's good, man, for sure. Yep. You got to make sure the frets are good and make sure you don't have any high frets or anything. It's always good to do that. And we have Dave in the house. Hey, Dave, how's it going? Thanks so much for being here. Says here, 50s wiring makes the difference. Yeah, definitely. Very cool. And Scott says here, Les Paul Studio is fine if you are on a budget. It just isn't fancy like the standard. Yeah, I mean, the studio will get you there, It's, once again, with all of these instruments, it's all about the inspiration. It's all about, whatever works for you. I mean, that is the biggest thing. And, for me, I find that these R9s, they are just incredible. I mean, they are really, really good. And they are hands down my favorite modern Les Paul, without having to spend, $200,000 obviously on a vintage Les Paul. I mean, a real vintage Les Paul, they are amazing, but they're just so insanely expensive. It's just out of control. So, the R9 just works, and it's great. I could take it out on the road. I've been using it this past week for all of my gigs here in town, and it's just been kicking ass. I mean, stays in tune really well. It's got a really nice, just fatter telly kind of tone, and it's real chirpy. It sounds really, really good. So, it's just awesome. So, let's see. 1200 East says here, how much is an R9? So it really depends. They're doing a lot of these Murphy Lab ones now, and it's kind of funny with the Murphy Lab because it's like depending on what relic level that you get, it goes up $1,000 per level. So like you could get the light age, you could get, I forget what the exact terms are and what they call it, but for mine it's just the light aged, and I mean they're really expensive, man. I want to say they're like around $7,000 for a Murphy Lab, so they're insanely expensive, but they are great, man. I've got to say, like, you can find some really good ones. They're not all great, but man, when you find that one, man, it is killer. This is actually it here. I'll just grab it. This is it here, though. It's a great guitar. Really nice top, too. I love the way that looks. Really light, too. Not too heavy. And it just really cleans up really well with the guitar volume knob. It's just really responsive. These pots are good, and it just works, man. It's a great tool. So, and that's really what I'm trying to do, is like I'm trying to just kind of pare down enough so that everything that I have here in my studio, I am actually using actively. That's another reason why too, with selling off my plexis, that's why I really decided to do it, because for one, they've gone up so much in value that it's just unbelievable. And two, man, like I just really am trying to pare down to just having, everything up here I want to be actively using instead of like collecting all of this stuff, which I love to collect as well. It's awesome. But, again, I'm just seeing these prices on these plexis and I'm like, wow. I mean, it's just amazing how much the stuff has gone up. So, just decided to sell it. And that's really what I'm trying to do. All of this stuff I actively use now. Like I have the Blonde Basement, I have the Diesel VH4, I have a Deluxe Reverb reissue. I have all of this stuff, and these are all tools, for my job. Is what I do here as a guitar player. So, let's see. Scott says here, save your plexi money in case you get sick or laid up. Yeah, man. Let's see. 1002 Northeast says here, I tested out a new Gibson acoustic Hummingbird Studio. It was very balanced in tonality. It didn't sound new either. 2200. Any thoughts on that guitar? Yeah, man. That's a pretty good price for that, for sure. I'm trying to think if I've played one. Like the big thing with the modern reissue Gibsons is that and I really encourage everybody actually to go out there and try out the Murphy Lab Gibson acoustics. They are also insanely expensive. I mean, they're like more than double the price of this acoustic that you're talking about. But the thing is that I like so much about the Murphy Lab ones is that they're finished so lightly. And this is the big thing that I don't like with like the studio models or the standard models for the acoustics is they finish them so heavy and it really affects the acoustic tone. Now, when you pick up that Murphy Lab, you can really hear the difference, man. And like how lightly that guitar is finished, it really makes a massive difference in the acoustic tone. So I really encourage everybody out there to actually get out there and try the Murphy Lab and compare a studio with a standard and then compare those two with that Murphy Lab. And I know, again, the Murphy Lab, they are so insanely expensive. It's crazy. But, man, I've got to say, man, they really do sound good acoustically. They are phenomenal. And I honestly just decided against it because those Murphy Labs don't have a pickup. And for me, with playing live as much as I do, I need to have a pickup for the acoustic. So I just wound up going with a J45. And it's just, tried and true, man. J45, it just works. It's consistent. It has a pickup. It just works, man. It plays great. It's another tool. So, but that's just the thing in general. Like even with the J45s, I mean, man, they finish them so heavily, and it just really, really affects the overall acoustic tone. It really changes it. But again, it's a tool, and I've just got to have a pickup. So that's why I just decided, like, man, I'm just going to go with that. It just works. And even with this Hummingbird Studio, that could be a way that you could be thinking of it, is it's like, well, it's got a pickup, it's cheaper, it just works. So that's what I would say. Let's see. Scott says here, have you tried the Seagull acoustics? I have several and made in North America and very high quality. S6 is the most popular. No, I've never tried them. I've never heard of them actually. So there's a lot of guitar builders out there for sure. So it's hard to keep up with all the gear for sure. But it's just for me, like I'm just a Fender and Gibson guy. It's just what I like. It's what I enjoy, and it just works, man. Again, like I'm always down to try out new stuff, but it's just what I like. I always find myself just going back to the same stuff, either a Tele, a Strat, a Les Paul, an SG I love too, a 335. I mean, I love Fender and Gibson, man. They're just my favorites. And then, as far as these amplifiers go and stuff, I mean, if I need something high gain, the VH4 is great. If I need the Blonde Basement, down below there, that's a great amp with the 335. It sounds amazing. That with a Les Paul sounds amazing with the pedal board or whatever. A Deluxe Reverb reissue, it just depends on the gig and it depends on the music as far as what amp that I choose. And they're all just different flavors, that's just why I have stuff here that's just, it's all different, But I'm trying out this Friedman Plex right now, and just the first impressions, I've got to say, I've been pretty disappointed, to be honest. It's supposed to be a recreation of a 50 watt 68 Plexi, but it's just not the same at all. I mean, it's so different. I was pretty blown away actually at how different it is. But I'm gonna try to keep messing with it and keep trying to dial up something. But right now it's not looking too good. So it is what it is. But let's see here. Scott says here, any digital amps good enough you would consider gigging with? I don't really like the digital stuff very much. I mean, I've talked about it here on this channel a good bit, but for me as a player, I'm so dynamic, and I use the guitar volume knob all the time to clean up, and you know, I need that amp to really be able to respond to the guitar volume knob, and that's just what I find with a lot of the digital stuff is it's such a 1D kind of guitar tone. It's not a 3D guitar tone like a tube amp, where when I roll back the guitar volume knob, man, the tube amps, they just respond so well to it. And, of course, not all tube amps are like this. Like some really high gain stuff, it doesn't really respond that well. Or, if you're playing like a traditional Les Paul, for example, or something, those pots are just not as reactive as like the R9. But, it's just for me as a player, I've got to have that dynamic. I've got to be able to roll back the guitar volume knob and clean up. And the tube amp, the guitar I'm playing, the pedal I'm playing, whatever it is I'm playing, everything really has to respond well to the guitar volume knob. And the digital stuff just does not do that. It just doesn't respond at all to the guitar volume knob, in my humble opinion. It's just a different experience, So that's the thing. But that said, sometimes you have to be willing to use the stuff. Sometimes that's just what the artist wants. They want a quiet stage, or maybe, you have a fly gig or something like this, and it's like, instead of using some random backline amp that is some Fender Twin or something that is missing preamp tubes or has a power tube that fell out of it or something that is just literally barely working, you can just throw down a Kemper or whatever fractal thing and just have a consistent guitar tone. I think for guys out there that are playing like metal music, that are playing real high gain kind of stuff, that they kind of just need this really direct, just tight focused guitar sound where everything is just on 10. It's a really high gain guitar tone. Man, you could get away with just using a digital amp modeler and it'll just work, man. It's convenient. And again, it's just kind of a 1D kind of guitar tone. But for the kind of music that I play and the kind of player that I am, I'm very dynamic. And once again, I need the amp to really be able to respond to the guitar volume. It's just absolutely crucial. Absolutely crucial. So, but just to answer your question here with any digital amps that are good enough, not that I've tried, man. I mean, to be honest, I actually was just plugged up for Backline this past week. They had a Deluxe Reverb Tone Master, which is like their new digital solution, but it's still like a Deluxe Reverb combo. There's just no tubes, right? So it's all like just the digital modeling, but just all within an amp there. And, it was fine. It's not like a tubed Deluxe Reverb, but it works, man. I mean, if you're trying to keep the volume down, and man, if you're just somebody that is playing like clubs or whatever, and you just want to carry something really light and just throw that down, I could see the appeal with that, for sure. And to be honest, I think that is like the way to go, man. If you're looking at like a digital amp modeler, I wouldn't mess with any of that stuff, man. I would just get a Tone Master Deluxe Reverb, because now you have stage volume. It has a direct out. It has attenuation as well, where you can adjust the volume. You could really bring it down, the output level, which is really cool. And I think if you're looking at any of the digital amp stuff, man, I would definitely recommend just getting one of those. It's a lot cheaper. It basically solves all of the issues that all of these amp modelers have, right? Where like, there's no stage volume, so you have to just go direct. And then you need like a power amp and all this shit if you want to like have stage volume. It's just kind of a pain, where it's like, man, you could just get one of those Deluxe Reverb Tone Masters, and you have stage volume, it's an amplifier, you have a speaker, so you're moving some air, and it just works, man. It's very light as well. So I really recommend it. I mean, I still personally like the tubed deluxe reverb. Those are my favorite. But you know, the Tone Master definitely has a definitely has a place for sure. So let's see here. We have 1002 Northeast here says, I'll take your advice and try out the Murphy Lab. Guess I'll have to find where they make them. I've been on the hunt for a new electric. I overlooked the Les Pauls, but the necks feel great. Yeah, man, like the Murphy Lab acoustics, I mean, those are still Gibsons, obviously, but, they have them at Guitar Center or any one of those major retailers, so just try them out. I know, like here in Nashville, they have a bunch of them, but I don't know down in Florida. I would imagine they probably have, a couple of them or something. So definitely check it out. And we have CZ in the house. Hey, CZ, how's it going? She says here, hi, Justin. Very loyal supporter here as well. Thanks so much for being here as always. Really appreciate it. But yeah, folks, thanks again so much for being here. I really do appreciate it as always. If you guys would like to support the channel, check out all of the links that I have down below in the description box. These live streams are truly a donation of time. So if you guys would like to support me, if you wanted to throw a little love in the Venmo tip jar or the PayPal tip jar, or even a super chat here in today's live stream, any and all support is really, really appreciated. Again, these live streams are truly a donation of time. I don't make anything on this. I just donate my time just to answer y'all's questions and hang out with everybody and just show my appreciation to everybody out there that watch my videos. It really means the world to me. And I do want to take the time to mention that I offer one-on-one online consultations. These consultations are absolutely amazing. They are amazing. It's all shot on a 4K definition camera. It's all pro video and pro audio. And what's so cool with these consultations is that you can actually just simply download the video at the end of the lesson, and you can rewatch the lesson as many times as you want. So it's just really awesome. You can really retain the information that you get within these lessons, and it's just an amazing platform. I mean, it is literally as if we were sitting right next to each other. Like, there's no freezing up, there's no glitching up, there's no BS. It's not filmed on an iPhone where it sounds like shit and looks like shit. It really is amazing. I have to say, I've really taken the time. I've spent a lot of money on the setup, and I've really put in a lot of effort to make sure that this is really, really solid. Now, for some more information on this, hit me up today at jkm4231@gmail.com. That's jkm4231@gmail.com. It's also linked down below in the description box. Thank you so much for listening. I really do appreciate it. And it looks like here we have a super chat from CZ. Thanks so much, CZ. Really appreciate it. Says here, appreciation to you. Thank you. Give you some sound effects. Thank you. Really appreciate that as always, and thank you so much for your support. You've been a very, very loyal supporter here on the channel, and that just really means the world to me. So, I could not do it without folks like yourself. So thank you again for that. My phone is blowing up. But yeah, so there's that there, and if you guys feel like you got something out of today's live stream, and once again, you guys would like to support the channel, check out all of the links that I have down below. There's so many ways you can support this channel. I mean, these live streams, once again, are a donation of time. I don't make anything on this. So, any and all support is really, really appreciated. So, but yeah, I've just had a really busy week here in Nashville. I've been gigging like crazy, and I've been teaching like crazy. And it's just nice to finally have a day off and just kind of hang out and chill. I've got some friends from Buffalo that are visiting, Buffalo, New York, that is, and they're big fans. They love what I do and stuff, and I've seen them at many shows that I've played in upstate New York over the years, and they're actually here in Nashville, and they came out to my gigs this week as well, so we may get together here in a little while and just kind of hang out. It's finally starting to warm up here in Nashville. It has been freezing cold. So it's just been crazy cold. It's just been brutal, but it's finally starting to warm up now. So I may try to get out there and try to enjoy it for a bit. But it's always cool with Nashville. I have so many friends that I've met from all over the world, whether it's been from here on YouTube or just on tour, just doing gigs. I mean, I've met so many people, and it's always cool. Like whenever they're in town, they'll always hit me up and be like, "Hey, we're in town. If you want to get together and go out and throw back some drinks or something." And for me, I love it. I enjoy it. So, it's always cool to reconnect with everybody. And I just love being able to hang out with everybody. And it's just really cool. It's definitely a huge perk with being a musician. It's just all the different friends that you make from all over the world. And, they really, really appreciate what you do. And, it just really makes it all worth it. All the blood, sweat, and tears that go into this, it really really makes it worthwhile, when you get that feeling and that respect from the people. So it's really cool. But let's see here. I have a Venmo tip here from Orson. Thanks so much, man. Really appreciate that. Thank you. I just got that on my phone. Really do appreciate it. And you are also another very loyal supporter. And I just cannot thank you enough. I cannot thank everybody so much. It really means the world to me, all of the people that support me and are so loyal to me and so loyal to this channel. I couldn't do it without you guys. So I'm forever thankful for that. So thank you so much. Seriously. Give me some sound effects. But thank you. Seriously, that is so nice. That's so cool. But let's see here. CZ says here, hey, and I use two N's. And she says here, what's on your agenda for the week? This week I am writing more music. I'm going to be teaching as well. I do have some gigs as well, so that'll be cool. But that's pretty much it. I mean, it's just going to be another week of just writing a lot. I'm going to be teaching a lot, just learning new music, gigging, just kind of the usual stuff that I do all the time. I'm really excited though. The original music is really coming together, and I do want to actually ask you guys. I asked this a little bit earlier on in today's live stream, but Chris and I, this vocalist that I've been working with, we were kind of brainstorming some ideas about what we could do with videos and stuff. And we were kind of thinking about doing a live stream, maybe if it's once or twice a month, and we could actually just perform for you guys and share with you guys, the original music we're working on. We could play down some songs for you guys. We were kind of thinking about something like that, and we are going to get together and record a bunch of music intros as well, and those are all going to be original songs as well. So we definitely want to hear from everybody and get your opinion on this. So let me know what you guys think. Would you guys like to see a live stream? Would you like to hear this stuff? We thought it would be really cool, and we thought it would be a lot of fun. But also let me know too, what day and what time would be good. It's always tricky to figure out. It's always hard to know, like, what is going to be the perfect time to go live, and I know even here on my Sunday live stream that I do solo here, it's tricky. It's like sometimes it's the perfect time, but sometimes it's not a great time. It's just hard to know exactly when to schedule these things. So I would love to hear from you guys. So let me know in the chat box or leave a comment down below. I just would love to get some feedback from you guys. So let's see. CZ says here, and you are so wonderful about us. Thank you. I appreciate that. Let's see. 1002 Northeast says here, can you briefly tell me what are the amps you like that don't have tubes and the ones you like that do have tubes? Yeah, sure, man. So, I was just talking about that deluxe reverb. It's called the Tone Master Deluxe Reverb, where that has no tubes. So it's a digital solution. And I think if you're going to go that route, that's probably one of the best options that are actually out there, because it solves all of the issues that the amp modelers have. And the thing is like you could still run real pedals with it. You could hit it with effects, and you could plug straight up into it, and you could still have some stage volume, It has an attenuator on the back where you could drop down the output level, the wattage, so that's a really good choice. And I was just using that amp. Actually, they had it for backline here in town, and I just took my pedals and plugged straight into it, and I mean, it just worked, man. I mean, it was fine. It's super lightweight. I think that is a very good solution if you're going to go the digital route. For me, I still like the tubed version of the deluxe reverb. There's just nothing better. It just is very warm sounding, and the way that it breaks up is a lot better. It really responds again to the guitar volume knob. It's just my favorite by far is the deluxe reverb, the tubed version, that is. So that one is just going to be like the 65 blackface Fender Deluxe Reverb that you can see, like, you know, over at Sweetwater. You could see them at Guitar Center or whatever. I mean, they have them literally everywhere. But those are excellent amps, and that's really all you need, man. It can do literally anything. So I love that amp, but I love the Diesel, of course, the VH4. That's like my favorite high gain tube amp, and it's my favorite multi-channel amp. It just really does everything. I mean, the clean on it is absolutely amazing. The channel 2 is an amazing Marshall. Like, it's basically like a JCM 800 with a little bit more gain on tap. And then the channel 3 is just phenomenal for the high gain thing. I mean, for drop D, for drop tune guitars, or any kind of high gain guitar tone that you're going for, the Diesel is just phenomenal. And it's dead quiet too. That's another thing that is just amazing with that amp. Like, it's so high gain, but it's so quiet, and it's just, that amp is just amazing. It's hands down my favorite multi-channel amp that exists. There is nothing better, in my opinion. But of course, like a Marshall Plexi, I love those. The vintage ones, especially like the late '60s, the '68s are phenomenal. The Plexi panel Marshalls, there's just nothing better. And I'm just trying to think of some other ones. I mean, the Blonde Basement, of course, is great. That's a '63 that I have down below there. The comment's kind of hiding it, this one here. But yeah, that's a great amp. I mean, I'm trying out this Friedman Plex, but I'm not really too happy with it, to be honest with you, right now. So that's going to probably be returned. But it was worth a shot. I wanted to try it just because I was kind of looking for like a modern take on a Plexi that would be 50 watts. I could plug it up to my 112 cabinet, and I could take it out on the road and stuff. So that's really why I was kind of thinking that maybe I could get away with using that. But it really is so different from my 50 watt 68 Plexis. They're totally different. So it's just kind of funny too, because they market it like it's a exact recreation of a 50 watt Plexi, but I've had like 4 of them, and 4 real ones, that is, and I'm just amazed at how different it is. It's crazy. But let's see. So CZ says here, yes, live stream. Okay, great to hear. And Scott says here, like the live streams, any evening for me. Okay, so just any evening in general. Cool. And 1200 East says here, live streams would be great, but they are a lot of work to produce. Weekends are good, midday. Okay, cool. Well, great feedback. Thank you all so much for that. I appreciate it. That's definitely something that we've been talking about. We were just kind of thinking like we could just perform for you guys, and just share like what we're currently working on. Maybe even play some cover songs just to have some fun. And I think it would be cool just to kind of change it up, like maybe do it like once or twice a month, something like this. So I think it would be a lot of fun. So we just got to find a day and find a time that would be good. It's just tricky because with the original music, it's awesome, and I'm so excited about it. But it's just hard because like everybody has to make a living too, and like right now with just writing music, like it's not going to be something that is financially beneficial immediately, right? So it's going to take a lot of time to really get the music done and to really start making some money off of it. So that's kind of the thing, is like we've had to take gigs, we've had to do other stuff, so it's been kind of distracting as far as getting the music done and just furthering along this process, so that's just something that's just it really is what it is. So it's just going to take a little bit of time, but I'm really excited about the future with it, and I'm excited to see where it goes for sure. So stay tuned for all that. But let's see. Says here, 1200 Thieves says, thank you. I'm surprised there aren't a lot of amps out there that use transformers for the sound like old mic preamps do. Plug direct into a vintage Neve and it sounds killer. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I'm not sure. It's crazy, man. Like the old transformers, that's just so much of the sound, especially the output transformer, like on an old Plexi. That's just crucial. That has to be original. There's some where, the power transformer could be changed. I personally would still stay away from it. But the power transformer is not as significant as the output transformer. If that output transformer has been changed, man, forget it, man. Just don't even bother, just don't even bother. It's just not the same amp at all. It really, really changes the tone, That's what so much of it is all based upon, It's all based upon those transformers. And, these new amps, man, it's so different, man. The transformers are different. It's just new parts. It's not the same parts that they used to use. And I just honestly am pretty blown away at how different the Friedman sounds in comparison to that, the real 68s, man. It's like, man, I've had 4 of them, and I was just like, I was thinking like, man, it should be able to get, somewhat close, but I mean, it's not even close. And it's just funny because I was watching some videos on it and I was like, oh, well, in the videos, it sounds pretty good, but man, when I got it up here, I was like, oh man, just first impressions of it right now. I just started checking it out, but I'm pretty blown away at how different it is. It's, really shocking, to be honest. So, yeah, pretty crazy for sure. But yeah, once again, folks, if you guys feel like you got something out of today's live stream and you guys would like to support the channel, be sure to check out all of the links that I have down below in the description box. I have many ways you can support this channel. I offer one-on-one online consultations. I'm a Sweetwater music partner where I just get a small little commission off of the sale. So if you guys are looking to buy any kind of gear, you can just simply click that link down below, and I just get a small little commission off of the sale there. So really cool way to support the channel. And if you guys want to throw a little love in the Venmo tip jar or the PayPal tip jar, or even a super chat here in today's live stream, any and all support is really, really appreciated, because these live streams are truly a donation of time. I mean, I don't make anything on this stuff whatsoever. I just want to show my appreciation to everybody out there that watches my videos. It just really means the world to me. So any and all support is really appreciated. And also too, with these one-on-ones, just to talk a little bit about this, this is all the exact setup that you see here on these live streams. This is the exact setup that I use for the one-on-ones. It's all shot on a 4K definition camera with pro video and pro audio. And what's so cool with these lessons is that you'll actually get a recorded copy of the lesson at the very end of the lesson. So you could just simply download the video and rewatch it as many times as you want. So again, for more information on this, hit me up today at jkm4231@gmail.com. I'd be happy to get you down in the books today. And, I really stand behind this stuff. It's really high quality. I've really put in the effort. It's not just shot on an iPhone where it looks and sounds like shit. It's very, very professional, very studio quality, very, very high quality stuff. And it just works amazing. I mean, it's literally as if we were sitting right next to each other doing this lesson. So again, for more information on this, my email is jkm4231@gmail.com. Thanks again for listening. Now, let's see. I've been going here for about an hour here, folks. So again, I just want to take the time to mention that I really appreciate everybody out there watching my videos and joining me here in today's live stream. If you guys have any other questions for me, feel free to leave it there in the chat box. I don't know how much longer I'm going to keep going, but as I was saying, I've been going here for about an hour now at this point, and It's been really a lot of fun. You know, these live streams always really fly by. And, you know, I just really enjoy this, man. I really love doing this stuff. So, again, thank you so much for joining me and watching these videos. You know, my latest videos have been doing incredibly well. Um, you know, I mean, a combined total just between the last two videos, I think it's like 21 or 22,000 views. So that has just been excellent. So I really appreciate that. And stay tuned. You know, I have a bunch more videos coming up. I'm currently working on original music. I have all kinds of future plans with this stuff, so stay tuned for all this. And I will be going live once again next Sunday at 11:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. That is the time where I go live. As long as I'm here in Nashville in my home studio, I'm always live here every Sunday at 11:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. So come on and join me. You know, I love answering y'all's questions, and I love seeing everybody here. It's just really amazing. And again, I really do appreciate everybody joining me. But I think that's all for today. I think I'm going to call it here. But once again, I cannot say it enough. Thank you guys so much for watching this. It really means the world to me. Stay tuned. I got a bunch more videos coming up, and I've got a bunch more stuff happening. So y'all take care, and we'll see y'all next time.